Tables in MS Word 2016. Microsoft Word application is packed with different useful, effective, and attractive features. Many of those you have already learned in previous grades. In this chapter, you will learn about tabular presentation of data using table feature. The information presented in tabular format looks more organized and clearer than being presented in simple paragraphs. Table. A table displays data in the form of rows and columns. Rows are series of cells arranged horizontally. Columns are series of cells arranged vertically. Cells are the small rectangular boxes that form due to the intersection of columns and rows. You can enter any type of data in a table cell, be it textual or graphical. Inserting a table. MS Word 2016 offers various methods to insert a table in a document. Let us learn about them. Using grid option. Place the cursor in the document where a table is to be inserted. Click on the Insert tab. Select the Table button in the Tables group. A drop-down menu appears as shown here. A grid of small squares appears representing rows and columns in the table. Drag the mouse pointer over the grid to cover the desired number of rows and columns for your table. As you drag the cursor across the grid, a preview of how the table will look in the document appears. A table with the defined number of rows and columns is inserted in the working area. Using Insert Table option. In the Table drop-down menu, select the Insert Table option. The Insert Table dialog box appears. In the Table Size section, define the number of columns and rows for the table. Click on OK button. A table with specified number of rows and columns appears in the document. Converting text to a table. MS Word allows us to convert text into a table. To do so, follow the steps given here. Type the text as shown. You should insert separator characters such as commas or tabs to specify where to divide the text into table columns and line break to indicate a new row. Here we have used commas as separators. Now select the text. On the Insert tab, click on the Table option in the Tables group. Select the Convert Text to Table option in the drop-down menu. Note: Convert Text to Table option activates only after selecting the text. The Convert Text to Table dialog box appears. Observe, in the Table Size section, Word automatically picks the number of columns and rows required to create a table using the selected text. Define the required number of columns and rows in their respective boxes. Click OK. The selected text appears in a tabular form as shown here. Entering data in a table. To enter data into a table, follow these steps. Click in the cell of the table in which you wish to enter data. Type the data in the cell. Press Tab key to go to the next cell. Note: you can use the arrow keys to move through the cells within a table. Enter the data in rest of the cells. Moving and resizing a table. To move or resize a table, first of all, place the pointer or click anywhere on the table to select it. To move a table, place the pointer on the Table Move handle and click. The entire table gets selected. Now, click and drag the table anywhere in the document. To resize a table, bring the pointer over the resizing handle, small white square, present at the bottom right corner of the table. The pointer changes to a double-headed arrow. Click and drag the pointer towards left or right to reduce or increase the table size, respectively. Selecting a table and its different parts. To select a cell, a row, a column, or an entire table, bring the cursor within the cell, row, or column that is to be selected. Click on the Contextual Layout tab under the Table Tools tab. In the Table group, click on the Select drop-down arrow. Select the required option in the drop-down menu. The selected part is highlighted in gray. Modifying a table. After creating a table in MS Word, you can modify it as per the requirement. You can create a custom look for your table by adding or deleting cells, rows, columns, and by splitting or merging cells. Inserting rows or columns in a table. MS Word provides options to add new rows and columns in an existing table. You can add new rows above or below the selected row, the new columns left or right to the selected column. The steps to add rows or columns in a table are given here. Select the row or column adjacent to which you wish to add a new blank row or column. Click on the Layout tab. In the Rows and Columns group, select the Insert Above or Insert Below option to add a new row. Select Insert Left or Insert Right option to add a new column. Inserting a new cell in a table. To insert a new cell in a table, do as follows. Click inside the cell adjacent to which a new cell is to be inserted. Select the Contextual Layout tab. In the Rows and Columns group, click on the Table Insert Cells dialog box launcher. The Insert Cells dialog box appears as shown here. Now, choose either Shift Cells Right or Shift Cells Down option as per the requirement. Click OK. Deleting cells, rows or columns. To delete cells, rows or columns in a table, do as follows. Place the cursor inside the cell, row or column that is to be deleted. On the Layout tab, select the Delete button in the Rows and Columns group. A drop-down menu appears. Select the option as per the requirement. Merging cells. You can combine several smaller cells into a single larger cell that spans the space that the previous cells occupied. This is possible with the Merge Cells option. To merge the cells, do as follows. Select the cells that you wish to merge. On the Layout tab, click on the Merge Cells button in the Merge group. Notice the selected cells are combined as one bigger cell. The data is also adjusted in one cell. Splitting cells. Splitting cell refers to dividing the selected cell into multiple new cells. Follow the steps given here to split the cell. Click anywhere in the cell that is to be split. Click on the Layout tab. Select the Split Cells button in the Merge group. The Split Cells dialog box opens. Define the number of required columns and rows in their corresponding boxes. Click OK. The selected cell splits into the specified number of columns and rows. Notice data remains at its original cell. Setting table alignment. Just like the text, a table can also be aligned with respect to the page margins of the document. There are three types of alignment: left, right, and center. Follow the below given steps to set the table alignment. Select the table whose alignment needs to be set. Click on the Properties option in the Table group on the Layout tab under Table Tools. The Table Properties dialog box appears. The Table tab is selected by default. Select the desired alignment option in the Alignment section and click OK. To align the text in a cell, select the cells containing text that you want to align. Click on the desired alignment option in the Alignment group on the Layout tab under Table Tools. Borders and shading. You can give an attractive appearance to a table using the Borders and Shading option. It offers fancy border styles and background color for tables. To apply border and shading to a table, follow the steps given here. Select the entire table using the Table Move handle. Select the Contextual Design tab under the Table Tools tab. Click on the Borders button drop-down arrow in the Borders group. Select the Borders and Shading option in the list. The Borders and Shading dialog box appears. The Borders tab is selected by default. In the Settings section, select All option. Choose border style, color, and width in their respective sections. The preview of selected border style appears on the right pane. Click on the Shading tab. Select the desired color in the Fill drop-down menu. The selected color and pattern appear in the preview section. Click OK. The defined border and shading style will appear on the table. Calculations in a table. In Word 2016, you can perform calculation on the numeric values entered in a table. To perform a simple calculation, do as follows. Create the table as shown here. Click on the Layout tab. Click in the cell where you wish to display the result. Click on the Formula option in the Data group. In the Formula dialog box, notice the sum formula automatically appears in the Formula field. Click OK. The result appears in the selected cell. Updating calculations in a table. Sometimes it may be required to change the data of the cells which are used in a formula. We, in such situations, need not to write the formula afresh. Word provides the facility to update the changes done to the data of the table. Let us see how. Select any cell and change its data. We have changed the data of Civics cell of roll number 503 from 15 to 20. Now, select the data of the cell where the total sum is displayed. In our case, it is the last cell of total marks column. Now, press F9 key and observe the change in the result.
Quick recall. A table helps in displaying the data in an organized and systematic way. A table is a layout consisting of vertical columns and horizontal rows. The intersection of a column and a row is known as a cell. Table selection icon is used to select an entire table at once. You can divide the cells of a table into separate cells whenever required using the Split Cells option. You can combine several smaller cells into a single larger cell that spans the space that the previous cells occupied using Merge Cells option. Borders improve the appearance of a table and give it a polished look. Shading also enhances the presentation of a table. In Word, a table can also be aligned with respect to the page margins of the document. There are three types of alignment: left, right, and center. Pressing F9 key updates the calculation in a table.